through this. This is another health one, and we think you'll agree that this combines something common to every school and city in Europe, namely a competitive spirit, a sense of fun, mobile phone, a love of prizes, which we think is important, and an obesity problem. Bit of a downer on that last one, but it's true. Okay, what's the background? Kids in Europe are too fat, and that's at a record high because of their sedentary lifestyles. It's a big problem worth solving, tough as it may sound. So it's important because we want a more active Europe, because we think that's a happier Europe. That'll be a much smaller burden on the health budgets of every single country. So we've got to get this sorted. And as a result, we want healthier young people. That means happier young people and reduced health costs. If you're wondering what the big idea is, wait for it. Why has it not been solved before? We think there's less need to be active these days, cheaper access to calories, and crap food tastes delicious, doesn't it? So it tastes better, right? So we've got to solve this problem. So what's the prize problem statement? We're going to throw down the challenge to every city and school in Europe to become Europe's most widely roaming school. Yeah? So it's all about roaming charges, and we're going to ask them to see how far they can walk. Okay? And miles, kilometres mean prizes. Yeah? We're going to pay them to walk. Yeah? So they'll download an app on their smartphone, and they can get some money for that, up to 100 million euros. Okay? So it might sound interesting. Yeah? Okay? Because you can be Europe's most widely roaming kid, or school, or city, okay? And that's why the biggest brands in this country and continent are going to get behind this, okay? So we want to know how many miles you've covered, and we'll be picking the winners, some by the results, most improved, most widely roaming, and of course some at random. So all you have to do to enter this particular scheme, which I'm sure you think is a good idea already, is download the smart app and get roaming. Okay, so that's basically the idea. So you'll have several categories for this. And what are the barriers? Well, I don't think there's any problem with the idea, but if it's not sufficiently promoted, that could be a problem. Okay. Also, if we haven't quite calculated the incentives correctly, that could also be a problem. So we need your help on that. Just tightening those up a bit and making it too complicated. That's a golden rule. Avoid that. And there's no risk of that here, because the more you walk, the more you can win. That's the idea. Okay. Who might participate? Young people, teachers, parents, and of course, fat mayors. Who are the various stakeholders? We think schools, the telcos themselves, consumer brands, and food companies as well. And what amount should the prize purse be? We think 100 million euros would be about the right amount, split between individuals, cities, and the schools themselves. Why should this be a top priority? Why do you think you should really go for this? Because it's a challenge facing every single country in Europe, every single school and city in Europe. It's sufficiently simple and catchy, and that's why we want you to get Europe roaming. That's it.